And welcome to the instructions for creating your own observational tool reflection piece or project using the Skitch app. By this point, you should have already followed the instructions on downloading the free app from the iTunes App Store and created your own profile. Now we will explore the steps to creating your Skitch. First, open your Skitch app. Once you open your Skitch app, you have a lot of different options. You can use Skitch with photos, with your camera, with maps, using images from the web, writing on a PDF, this is a paid portion, drawing, and you have many different options for settings. Today we're going to use the Photos option. So once you make sure you're on Photos, you can go to your albums and you can find your camera roll. Your camera roll is a great place to use pictures or text or illustrations that you would like to use Skitch to reflect upon. I'm going to choose for my camera roll a diagram of the sea floor. Now, once you click on the diagram or the photo that you're going to use, you're going to have many options. The first options I'd like to point out are on the left-hand side. You will see all the different color choices for text boxes and writing. You can choose whichever color suits you. In addition, when you're drawing boxes or circles or lines, you can change the size by using the bottom. Once you're happy with your choices, you can go to the right-hand side of the screen. The first thing we're going to look at is this arrow. When you click on the arrow, you can draw an arrow. The arrow can be changed colors by changing the color. You can put an outline on it by tapping on the colors. Once you've drawn something, you may wish to move it. You can make it smaller or larger once it's highlighted and point it to wherever you would like to point it to. When you're done, you always hit the last choice you made and you'll get the other options. The next choice is the A. The A is for the text. If I'm going to type some text, I simply hit the A, type somewhere on the screen, and once I've tapped on the screen, I'm going to type in what I would like to write. When I'm happy with this, I get rid of my keyboard. I can tap outside and then I will have a box that I can bring around with my text. My text can be made bigger or smaller by simply grabbing the margins and stretching them out or minimizing them to increase or decrease the size. Once I have done so and I'm happy, I can hit the A again and get other options. I can also go back to the A and I can type somewhere else on my screen by simply tapping and then typing again. If I'm happy with what I have typed, then I may wish to tap out of it, go back to my A, and I can choose a box. I can choose a box and I can change as far as whether I want a circle, a box, or a line. Whichever option I choose, I simply tap on my iPad and stretch it out. Again, my color options are there. If I'm not happy with the color choices, I can change it. I can grab it, make it smaller or bigger, and I can move it if necessary. Once again, I tap my box, and the next thing I'm going to see is I'm going to see a freehand drawing tool. If I tap on my freehand drawing tool, I may wish to write freehandedly. Maybe I want to add a question that I have when looking at the ocean floor. I can put a question mark, I can put a line, maybe I'm not sure what the name of a part of the seafloor would be, so I may use that option for that. Another option I have is I have these pre-designed tabs. They have exclamation marks if you want to make a point. They have question marks if you have a question about something and don't want to use a freehand tool. A check mark if you understand something. And also a heart. I'm not so sure that the heart would be something that I would use in an educational setting. In addition, if I tap back, I can get to the emoticons. Emoticons, again, are something I don't recommend using in an educational setting, but they may have other uses. Once I'm done with those, the last option I have is the pixelate option up top. Pixelate is good for if you want to blur a feature of your image, such as if you're taking a picture of people and you're not allowed to use them. you don't have permission. You would simply stretch your pixelation tool over the image that you'd like to blur out. At any time during this, if you've created something that you'd like to undo, you can simply go back up to the top to where you have your undo button. The undo button can be tapped as many times as needed, and it will take away whatever the last objects or text you've added to the image. When you're happy with your image, you hit the top right button, which is an upload button. You can add a caption, which is great for science experiments, and you can share via Evernote link, a mail, Facebook, message, Twitter, and on other apps, which I personally use a lot in Edmodo and Dropbox or Adobe Reader. You can open it in your Google Drive. In addition to sharing, sometimes you just want to save your image. You can simply hit save, and you can save it to Evernote, to your photos, or to your clipboard so that you always have the image. There are many uses for the Skitch app. One is a timeline. In addition, you can use it in science for qualitative and quantitative observations, or you can use it pretty much for anything, maybe a famous person and famous quotes. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on Skitch.